Welcome to the Firing Squad podcast, where four guys talk about blazing hot topics that they discuss when no one else is around. No fluff, no bull. They tell it like it is. And now, here is the squad.
All right, good people. We are live with another edition of the Firing Squad podcast. We had to record this one because of the R. Kelly interview. So, Amber, first of all, let's tell who we got on. So you got me, you got Lance. Who else we got?
ACG.
And your boy Lyles.
Yep. So Rope couldn't make it because his kids don't go to bed till 11. And then
his kids stay awake like grown folks.
His kids ain't told him they sleepy yet. So, and then Creek is probably already in the bed. So, all right, Amber, what we got? Why is this one gonna be popping?
So last night there was a lot of buzz about an interview that was recorded. We heard some snippets, but it actually played in its entirety on CBS this morning. And by the time y'all hear this, you would have seen and listened to the R. Kelly interview as well as the interview with his two living girlfriends, Azriel and Joycelyn. But we just wanted to record a quick reaction video to the initial interview and share our thoughts. So here it goes.
All right, so just for everybody, our listeners, we are going to play the interview from this morning from CBS. What's her name? Gayle. What's her last name?
King.
Gayle King in its entirety. So here you go.
Get your popcorn ready.
Get it popping.
I am surprised that you agreed to do it. Why are you sitting down with us today?
I'm very tired of all of the lies. I've been hearing things and seeing things on the blogs, and I'm just tired.
What are the lies that you're hearing that disturb you most?
Oh my God, all of them. Got little girls trapped in the basement, helicopters over my house, trying to rescue someone that doesn't need rescuing because they're not in my house, handcuffing people, starving people. I have a harem, a cult. I don't even really know what a cult is, but I know I don't have one,
Have you done anything that you regret? Have you done anything wrong?
Lots of things wrong when it comes to women that I apologize, but I apologize in those relationships at the time I was in the relationships.
Have you broken any laws when it comes to women?
Absolutely not.
The 6-part series interviewed 50 people, family members, your former tour manager, numerous women who all claim that you abused them. Yeah. Were you saying everybody in that documentary was not telling the truth about you? Everybody?
If you really look at that documentary, which I'm sure you have.
I have.
Everybody said something bad about me. Nobody said nothing good. They was describing Lucifer. I'm not Lucifer. I'm a man. I make mistakes, but I'm not a devil, and by no means am I a monster.
I'm going to name the names. Andrea Kelly, your ex-wife, Kitty Jones, Lisa Van Allen, Lisette Martinez, Jerronda Pace, Faith Rogers, Asante McGee. You're saying everything they said in that documentary about you is not true.
They are lying on me.
Why would these women say the same thing about you, that you are controlling, that you are abusive, that you tell women when to eat, when to go to the bathroom, when they can sleep, where they can dress? Why would all these women tell these different stories about you if they were not true? And they don't know each other. That defies logic to me.
Right. Until you hear the explanation. You can start a rumor on a guy like me or a celebrity just like that. All you have to do is push a button on your phone and say, so-and-so did this to me. R. Kelly did this to me. And if you get any traction from that, if you're able to write a book from that, if you're able to get a reality show, then any girl that I had a relationship in the past that it just didn't work out, she can come and say the same exact thing.
Are you blaming this on social media?
I'm talking about the power of social media.
Have you ever had sex
No.
with anyone under the age of 17?
No.
Never?
No.
I have to tell you, it's so hard to believe that based on all that we've read.
I'm going to tell you something, Gayle. There's one thing. I'm going to tell you something. What the women said about you.
What
women said about me. What women. So nobody's allowed to be mad at me and be scorned and lie on me.
Mm-hmm. So they're lying on you. That's your explanation. They're lying on you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You feel that people have maligned your character?
I have been assassinated. I have been buried alive. But I'm alive.
So I think the point you're making is, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you have never held anybody against their will.
I don't need to. Why would I?
Well,
How stupid would it
never
be
held
for
anybody.
R. Kelly, with all I've been through in my way, way past, to hold somebody, let alone 4, 5, 6, 50, you said. How stupid would I be to do that?
I didn't say you were holding...
That's stupid, guys.
I didn't...
Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense. Don't forget the blogs. Forget how you feel about me. Hate me if you want to. Love me if you want. But just use your common sense. How stupid would it be for me to, with my crazy past and what I've been through, right now I just think I need to be a monster and hold girls against their will, chain them up in my basement, and don't let them eat and don't let them out unless they need some shoes down the street from their uncle.
Robert,
stop it. Y'all quit playing. Quit playing.
Robert.
I didn't do this stuff. This is not me. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my career.
Robert.
30 years of my career. Y'all trying to kill me. You're killing me, man. This is not about music. I'm trying to have a relationship with my kids, and I can't do it. Y'all just don't want to believe the truth. You don't want to believe it.
At this point, we briefly pause the interview to give Kelly a moment. His publicist helped calm him down.
I hope this camera keep going.
No, we're going to let the camera keep rolling.
This is not true. Doesn't even make sense. Why would I hold all these women? Their mothers and fathers told me, we're going to destroy your career.
But Kelly's emotions remained raw.
It's real girls out there missing. It's real young girls out there being abducted, being raped, okay? They really are on chains. They really do have chains on their wrists, and they can't get out.
Robert,
and they're ending up buried in deep.
Robert, we have to have a conversation. Really, I don't want you just ranting at the camera.
I came here for them to hear me talk.
But
I need help.
What kind of help?
This is the kind of help I need.
Yes, what kind of help?
I need somebody to help me not have a big heart, because my heart is so big. People betray me, and I keep forgiving them.
You sound like you're playing the victim here. You sound like R. Kelly. You do. When I listen to you, it does sound like you're playing the victim
I'm just
card.
telling the truth. And the reason I'm emotional,
But Robert,
and I apologize for that, is because this is the first time I was able to say
speak.
something. Yeah. I've said nothing.
Wow, that was kind of crazy. So my question, my first question is based on the teaser videos that they released yesterday. Was it what you expected? Was it more than you expected? Was it like, oh my God, what I just watched? Like, where are y'all at on the spectrum?
I mean, it's a lot to digest. Obviously, he is a sociopath. He's egotistical. He's a monster. He's a pedophile. At first, he didn't really deny anything. He just said, well, let me say this. You know, anytime your uncle or somebody says that, you know, they about to throw a story together. But some of the things he said, it was just like, I mean, he was just flying through his teeth, and it just felt so theatrical with the crying and carrying on and the stuff about him not seeing his kids. I mean, all that was happening outside of this before any documentary aired on Lifetime. Like, this has been going on for years. Like, he's trying to bring his kids into it and his career and stuff, but at the end of the day, he broke the law. His chickens are finally coming home to roost. So it was just like, I mean, it was kind of sad, but at the same time, it's like, am I remorseful? Do I care? No. That was my initial reaction.
Yeah. Lyles, what about you, man?
it to answer, I guess, to start off with your question, it exceeded expectations. Like, even though the clips were like, all right, because I usually don't watch stuff like this. So like, I'll just kind of watch the little clips that pop up on the different handles or whatever. But I won't really watch a lot of these in their entirety. But I watched this whole video because I had to see, because even the way he came out the gate with the whole about his kids. And then today it was like they had stuff about him owing like back child support and stuff. So it's just, like Amber said, it's just like, it's lies after lies. And the fact that, this is the thing though that's crazy, is he truly believes the stuff that he is saying, I think, though. That's what's wild. It's like he thinks that he's the victim in this whole process, which is crazy, to us. But, I mean, he's a sociopath. So we can't really understand how he thinks.
Yeah, so the part about his kids, like, his kids should be grown. So, like, what if they're over 18?
Right.
Like, he could talk. What would stop him from having a relationship with his kids outside of him not wanting to have a relationship with his kids, or his kids not wanting to have a relationship with him?
Well, one of the daughters, I think he has 2 daughters and a son, right?
I believe so.
I think that's it. So I don't know if he's underage, but it is like $250,000 in back child support. And, he's claiming he's broke or whatever, which he also said with the whole situation with him getting bail. But, I mean, his daughter, one of his daughters, I feel like, was interviewed at some point. Like, she was coming from the hair salon or something, and she was just like, yeah, I don't really feel comfortable talking about this. But it sounds like they've always had an estranged relationship, and all of this is just magnifying that. And obviously they'd want to stay out of the spotlight and stay away from him because they don't want to be associated with these new cases or anything. But yeah, like you said, some of the kids should be grown by now, but I don't think back child support goes away because someone turns 18.
No. So question, what was some of the, it was a couple things in that interview that is still funny. Like, I try not to laugh. The one to me when he was saying, I need help. And at that point I was like, all right, he about to come around. He about to say, like, he about to admit to something. And then this dude said, I need help for not having such a big heart. I was like, man. And he had like real Gayle in on that part. Cause she was like, what do you need help with, Robert?
Can we just applaud Gayle real quick? Because she, like Oprah really taught her, because she was true journalist, like, didn't react, unbothered. Like, the part where he stood up and he was carrying on and on, like, Robert, like that. Yeah. I was dying the whole time. Yeah. That's when I really started laughing, to be honest.
I think too. I think a part of it too is I think you can be that calm when you know somebody's full of shit. Like, if you're talking to somebody and, like, say you get in an argument with, like, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, wife, whatever, and you already know that you got them. Like, you already know the situation, scenario, whatever. You already know how this is gonna play out. But they sitting there and they're lying to you. Or they just telling you a story, and you just sitting there, you calm, because you already know, like, that's bullshit.
Yeah, when she's like, the camera right there. I mean, she was, like, provoking him, but not, like, being antagonistic towards him. I think his game plan was, he probably thought he's going to get questions that he could just deny, and then he wasn't expecting her to, like, not believe them and say, I don't believe you because ... And that's what took him, like, to 100. Mm-hmm. Because he wasn't ready for that. He was just like, I can deny and say it was a lie and just keep it moving. And she was like, well, this is not, how is this a lie when this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this happened? And their parents said this. And then he really didn't have an answer for that. So he was just like lying his way through it. And then he showed aggression, which I don't know how that's going to help him when he goes to court, when it shows temperament.
Again, that's another sign that he's lying. He was just giving away, like, all of the